like so famous in the so you just like so there's just like to see. Actually,
All right, good morning. Oh, coughing, right? So I mean, this weather, like we were saying, it's been like it's hot and then it's cold. It's like a song, right? My kids, now that's in my head. That's gonna be in my head the rest of the day. All right, so I want to do a kind of a quick review activity with chapter 13, which I told you we were going to be doing. Going to imagine a party where everyone has personality disorders, and I would love to go to this party. It'd be so much fun to be like a fly on the wall at this party, but we'll do this as a quick review. This is going to be a participation. So I'll have you put your name on it, but we're going to work on it in groups. You just need to turn in one per group. I won't ask you anything this elaborate on the next exam, though. I think it's a really nice way to review these. So what you'll see is there are a couple of individuals and there's no overlap. Okay, so you're not going to be doing any of them more than once. So I give you a little list up here. So all the different personality disorders, you're going to pick which one you think fits them best and why. And then what we'll do is we'll move on to chapter 14. And for 14, I always show a film. And I think it's a really good practice for your final paper, which is due not that long from now. It's coming up. And this will give you an opportunity to kind of practice identifying symptoms and diagnosing. So we'll start that today, but let's do this first. So what I'm going to do is I'll have you get into groups like 2, 3, 4 people, whatever is easy. And I have enough of these that you can each have one. You can send one person up to grab a copy, go ahead and get started. Shouldn't take you too long. So let's try about maybe 10 minutes so then we can talk about it. As soon as you have a group of like a few people, come grab one, get started. And again, remember there's no overlap, so don't do any of them more than once. And if you want a couple extra copies, feel free to grab one or 2 or 3. Again, if you want extra copies, I have plenty of them. Right. Whichever one you're turning.
Some sessions are back at this time. It's like the magic thing. We have spread 5
No, just be thinking about why, but you don't have to write it, so you can just write the. Or what's it called? Yeah. But almost. Perfect. Yes, so those are all her.
Okay, I think for Donna, we're contemplating for Donna and Sherry.
Yeah.
Like two to be history and necessary.
Okay, so one of those fits on or lean back.
Yeah.
Right, then each of us wants something at the center of the thing. Super dramatic center of attention.
Left precisely.
So there's no difference between spin and a little bit better. Throw it in your chair and then forget it. Yeah. Right. and it'll just- Yeah. Oh, right, so.
No, we
didn't.
I'm trying. Sorry.
Oh, that's it.
Oh.
In favor. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's from, yeah, on the surface. Harold Rollins.
Yeah. So we find that. That one very much, that one. And then something a lot of pretty. Really. Yeah. Perfect. For that. So just a couple, so we'll talk together, a couple more minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're all like. Which one is more, right? They're dominant. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna talk about it then. Victims. Victims. Right, so just to, most of you are really close or done.
Yeah, you can, we're pretty much done at this point, but you can have them.
Yep.
Yeah.
You just want to turn around. Totally.
Make sure you put all of your names on whichever one you're turning in. Yeah, we're done.
Sorry, I'll just do it.
No, we're gonna go over the. All right, so let's talk about these folks together. And again, I won't ask you anything like this, but I do still think this would be a really fun party to go to. Each one of these folks has something. What was that? Right? Imagining that it was a party. Okay, so let's go through each one of them. And then I'll collect it from you. What do you think about Donna? Anyone want to say what you thought for her? Yeah. What was that?
History on.
Okay, and why did you history on?
Please be separate.
Yeah, right. And remember, kind of think about what is their like dominating feature, right? Because there's so much overlap. So always try and pick out what is like the main thing that they're presenting. She needs to be the center of attention. Very dramatic, like my mother-in-law. Sweet, but very dramatic, right? How about William? Anyone want to go with William? Yeah. Yeah, perfect. And why that? Yeah, I kind of like knee pads, right? Like the special forces. Think of my stories that they help. Sherry, anyone want to go with Sherry? Yeah. Borderline, perfect. Why that one? Yeah. There's a lot of instability, right? Like with her mood, right? And you see that coming out with her. How about Winston? You want to go with Winston? Yeah.
Narcissistic.
Yeah, right. He's our Gaston. Okay, and what's why narcissistic?
Because he's like constantly only talking about himself.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah, right. Very big head. Everything's about him. I don't care about your stuff. Let me tell you about my stuff, right? It's way more important. How about Peter? You want with Peter? Yeah. Okay. Close. OCPD, right? I could date Peter in theory. In theory. I mean, there's a lot of issues. I like at least one issue, right? But in theory, I could date Peter, right? OCPD, right? Very like everybody gets a certain amount of time. Everything's so perfect and controlled. How about Doreen? Couple more, Doreen? Wanna go down? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, right. And why'd you put paranoid?
Just because she's like suspicious of everyone in the party.
Yeah, right. So dominated by suspicion, right? And looking for hidden meanings and everything. Harold? Anyone want to take Harold? What do we think about him? Yeah, thanks. Avoided, because that wasn't one that was on here, but it's a good guess. Very close. Anyone want to help her out? Go way back. Yeah. What was that? Schizoid, right? Yeah, it looks like that a little bit. Schizoid, right? Why'd you think that one? Yeah, perfect, right? Love it. How about John by process of elimination? Anyone will go, John? Yeah. Yeah, right. And why that one? Yeah, very much fitting in that kind of sociopath, psychopath, like profile that we talked about. And again, most of you had these, right? There's a lot of overlap. So you won't get anything this involved on the test, right? I'll try not to, try not to give you ones that are in the same category, because sometimes they can be a little confusing. And that was one of the big limitations of these that we talked about, right? That sometimes they can appear very differently, or that people can have very different diagnoses. But hopefully that was a good little practice just to review. If you want to pass those forward to me, I will collect them from you, and then we will move on to our next chapter. I appreciate how nice they're organized and daily. Thank you. All right, do I have everyone? All right. He's over here. So the next chapter that we'll look at, and this will take us a couple of days to get through. As I mentioned, we're going to be watching a film. It's an older movie, but it's a really, really great movie for this topic. It's What's Eating Gilbert Grape. How many of you have seen it before? Right, a good number of you, but you're gonna be watching it with a different purpose through a different lens. So hopefully that keeps it kind of entertaining at least a little bit, but we'll start that in a few minutes. Childhood disorders are difficult ones, right? We tend to think of childhood as like a happy time where people are carefree and having fun. And that is the case for a lot of children, but there can also be issues that come up, right? Issues with anxiety, issues with mood, things like being defiant, oppositional defiant disorder and conduct disorder are two disorders we see a lot in children as they start to kind of push back on boundaries. ADHD is another very common one, along with elimination disorders, and then other things like autistic spectrum disorder and a couple of others. There's a lot of different disorders in this chapter. And my goal with this chapter is to kind of get you to be thinking like you're going to in your paper, right? So your final paper is due in a week, right? It's coming up. I hope you're working on it. Several of you have sent me drafts to look over, which is fantastic. You're still welcome to do that. As a side note, at any time, let's say before Monday, right? By Monday, that gives me enough time to read it and get back to you. But if you ever want me to look at a draft, I'm happy to. But what I want you to be doing with this is I'm going to give you a worksheet that you'll be filling out. And you can do this during the film. I don't want this to be homework for you. Work on this during the movie so that you don't have to do it later. But you're going to be kind of listing the things that you see in Arnie's character. Arnie is played by a young Leonardo DiCaprio. Very young. He did a pretty good job in this film portraying someone with a developmental disability. So what I want you to do is get a really good list going of all of the things that you see that are deficits. So things that are kind of odd or unusual, he's turning, I think it's 17 in the film, and you'll notice that he has a lot of behaviors that are very uncharacteristic of somebody of that age. So let me hand this out to you, and then I can give you a couple more points, and then we'll get started on it. And this will take us, because we didn't start right away, it'll take us like today, next class, and maybe like a couple of minutes of the following one. So I'll collect it once we finish the film and we'll talk about it together. The craziest movie last night. Have any of you watched the Velcro Experiment? Have you heard of that? It's such a great psychology movie. I saw it on a TikTok and I was like, oh, let's watch it. And I just randomly watched it last night. It's a crazy social psychology experiment about these people in an office that are told to like kill 30 people or kill 60 of you. And wild, right? If you want like a weird version of like the Stanford prison experiment amped up, it was worth watching. A little violent. Did you like it? It was unexpected.
That's one of my dad's favorite. We always quote it. Like when he says that, he's like,
Yeah.
seriously. My eyes always feel this.
Okay, cool. Oh, thank you. All right, everybody have one? Okay, so what I'm going to focus on today, number one, you can answer at any time, but today really focus on number two, right? Getting a list, you can just bullet these, right? So when you see different behaviors or thinking patterns or any kind of deficit, write it down. This should be pretty lengthy and we'll go over this together. And then on the back side, as we get into next class, you might start formulating some ideas about what disorder from this chapter you would diagnose in. So I'm giving you a little bit more of like a flipped lesson here, where you're going to need to do a little more reading and reviewing of these on your own in order to diagnose him. And then I want you to think about some causes or contributing factors, and then some treatments or interventions for him. And again, we'll talk about all of this together. There are a couple of disorders you can go with, and as long as you make kind of a good case and support it, they are both fine. And we'll talk about all that when we get there. But what we'll do for the rest of the day today is we'll watch that and then we'll pick up with it next time. Okay. And if for some reason you miss Monday, I will post a link to this on Canvas so that you can finish or at least stay caught up with the film. Okay. That way you don't have to try and like rent it or stream it or whatever. Okay. Let me put this on. So stay with me. Don't fall asleep. Right. Work on that paper so that way you don't have to do it outside of class. And I put on the captions, so hopefully everyone can hear it and see it just fine. Yeah, bullet points, totally fine.